Turquoise laughing Buddha-headed speared bears. Quadratic Esperanza, scraping off geologic toad-headed nuns, diving off an absolute infinitesimal diving board. The sunflower marshmallow mandolins, mandible the ogreish swans, tap dancing into radio stations of lunacy. The sylvan Mediterranean violet sapphire butterfly careens into Yukon's scraped off technicolor furniture. The elephantiasis burgundy mahogany vixen swims in a totemic ocean of catalepsy, the hallucinated toothpaste of astronomical psychosis. The cheesecakes of prismatic gargantuan rainbows nails the cyberpunk dovetailed quilt made out of feverish toad eyeballs. The eye sockets marinate a waterfall made out of mellifluous surrealism. The birch sweetbriar limbs of a nutcracker albino owl, drizzling lemon squirted magpies and broiled canaries, the android cauldrons of zodiacal star milk, the subway drilled to the crescent moon of my brain to eat all of time in a millisecond, the outhouse of irrationality, the talons, plumage of lunar turquoise molten rock, the aureole sandpipers, the exploding tomb in your iris shackled to a hermaphrodite chimera with eagle cartilage, the transfinite hammocks levitating in the green apples of all possible dream verses, the eternal platonic skull made out of lavender shoots, the antediluvian peregrinating quails dance with the technicolor dragon that ate all of space-time, the prairie marshlands of absurdity, Dracula's vibraphones of atheism, the Transylvanian balustrades erupt with trillions of floating fungus, sequoias dancing upon the creek ravine of Zephyr's revolver, the crags of logical positivism, the meat-eaten wombs of linguistics, sonatas the celestial wildflowers dancing upon dynamo derricks of data, waxwood poppy petunias, hypodermic V-formation of flying cataleptic woodpeckers, drills the plumage of supernova frosted persimmon, the sylph scallion Lamborghini limousines of the mind, the web-foot starry prairies of absolute timelessness, frostbite the cyclonic tendrils of bulb-toused orangutans of Atlantis, smoke the foamy tidal waves of Vancouver Island, the Aquarian harmonicas in a temple of bivouac fox priestesses, the dollar bills of iridescent transmuted cartilage of bloody wounded supernovas, the astral club-footed peregrine of pomegranate, filmy barnacles beach the android chessboard, the brazen mandibles of the lemon cartilage of data, reindeer the onyx of sierras of Sirocco, Saskatchewan, the moon's club-footed buffets loaded with slug pot roasts, the iridescent shrine of Ra, retrograde in the floral drapes and the underworlds of all possible time travel scrapes, off the deflowering of your glacier torso, carved by an ogreish squirrel, headed hobgoblin, the womb of flamingo brothels, the water bugs of futurology, sprite, the incandescent waterfall of bloody star milk archers into your corneas, the tidal waves of Uranus tap dancing architecture, leprechauns soaked in Zabaglione buffalo sauce, the libertarian raging mannequins conch shell, the ivory plumes raging upon the psychedelic bed, and a beach of Benedictine basilisks, the gargoyle bituminous rubbery fawns, stag the velvet antlers made out of time travel and dark matter, the crimson mastodon sauerkrauts, the metametaphysical chinchillas bleeding out toothpaste of irrationality, the grenadine Greenland strapped to stilettos made out of frostbitten pumpkins, the sophist mosque of entomology, chandeliers, the silken anthropoid metempsychosis of subglacier prehensile deflower and heraldic vortexes, cyberpunk gorgon, crystalline balconies of philosophic ashtrays, cuspidors the technicolor pyramid made out of burnt sagewood, Klondikes the Venetian glaciers sliding off your torso, the Vatican of entomology, the prehensile harmonicas of daffodil saxophones, the bioluminescence of karaoke, elephantine, falcon buffets, the Yukon of yonder Shastas, the groves of phthalic marshlands, the gleaming hijab of crystalline quadratic peppermint tarantulas made out of razor linguistics, the foamy ogreish Neptune scarabs, the honeydew scimitar zygotic ashtrays, boondock the cuspidor turquoise grizzly bear dancing upon the pulled out carpets of pure panpsychic cacophony, the patina coyote women, flaunting in the volcanic billiard falconry, abalone quails, blistering with retrograding balustrades and epicurean anthills, the iridescent volcano shedding its velvet antlers in your violet iris, the club-footed sea, a papaya fist of sociological slick gasoline beards of lion eyes and toads, ringlets of rolk and data, dragons made out of foamy pomegranate. The antediluvian spaceship timbers the francophonie, gigantic giraffes on peninsulas of post-rationality, Babylonian smooth jazz, your hermetic pyramid made out of eternity's hijab, Neptune scraped off trigonometric mandrakes, the succotash Banach stuffed anthropoid limousines buried alive in drapes made out of leprechaun coattails. The peregrinating seahorses psychically universalized the genuflecting, gesticulating squashes of Lemuria, drizzling glaciers made out of bright menthol spitting Chickasaw Golgotha, and a pineapple cake of absolute timeless time. The vortex of lugubrious juniper nailed and jonquil buttered subliminal Manitoba, the dovetailed peregrinated lunatic skylarks, Platonic geographical poppies, and lupines revolver the lumen metaphysical waterfowls, wigwam, the karaoke bedrock, and merganser bloody supernovas. O ornithological psychiatry, the Urdu animist foamy surrealist gothic mansions, boomin' in the rainbow lawn motor of your cornea, the pneumatic stuffed beehives hanging from limbs of transfinite maple syrup, drenched in omnipotent carpentry, a parapsychic anti-materialism, the spumes of lacuna lactic fire trucks ride into the most distant galaxy, the scallions of blubber blistered bobcats, Cortex the solitaire of omniscient wolverines, Vishnu's rocking chair made out of serpentine linguistic dumplings, the chromatic pyramid of hypersolipsistic mental acrobats, the karaoke tambourines, the metallic wildflower whipper whoppers, the lichen buck toads, the comedian hobgoblin made out of dark energy, crystallizes the geomaniacal cosmogonic monasteries in a scorpion-headed tarantula's headdress made out of Oreos of Horaca ambrosia. The pneumatic Mesopotamian omnipotent peninsulas, patina, the lingual gory crabs, the poppy onyx Alberta, Navajo boomerang, spindling bobcats tabernacle, the orchards of lunar boiled hams, the logomancy of absolute aneromancy, Gaius the esoterica grapefruits made out of turquoise Swiss, the Gnostic pharaonic harpsichords, and dunes of daimonical cybernetic cyberpunk rainbows. Buttercups, the sublimated foamy language driftwood, the cosmogonic Manzanita twilight brinner, Manzanita kinfishers, the heraldic transfinite dimensions of Heliopolis, the undulating wigwams made out of unicorn bacon, the pantaloons of razor omnispheres, cloven and Pawnee prairies, the karaoke panpsychic luminoids, hail the plumage, Athenian Socratic-headed dinosaurs, geometrize the palmistry of aneromancy, the hexagonal Olon sempiternal headdress of Manzanita, Egyptian kinfishers, club-footed hieratic Sphinxian entomology, transfinite navy blue bobcats, plain solitaire in uranium labyrinth, made out of paranoid Macedon, oily redwood maple syrups of philosophia, the Edenic mental gymnastics of bizarro Gnostic sempiternal metempsychosis, of erotic elephantiasis, ride in intergalactic snowmobiles, while nailed to turquoise laughing